All right, I'm gonna do a few little drawings and then I guess touch up in color. One I've already colored most of it, but well, I'll work on one in Photoshop. So right off the bat, watching Nobody Likes Onions. This was a show maybe a couple of nights ago, or not that long ago, maybe just one night ago. But anyway, some video of some woman who's nuts, and but she could speak coherently. Now, in recent times, we've experienced Scarlett Hampton, and of course, it's difficult to parse through everything with or how she communicates. But this woman, you could perfectly understand her, but she was just gone, and eventually gets into aliens. She's constantly being assaulted and attacked by all kinds of people, but aliens eventually comes into the picture. So I ended up, there's some flying saucers, there's an alien smoking a cigarette, and she did have some sort of hat with some kind of pink symbol thing there. And so that's who she is. So I drew that. And eventually I'll put some color to it and everything. But all the time, there was always someone out to get her. She's lost custody of her children. She has, and I don't know if the boyfriend is the father or what, because I think the children are, wards of the state or what have you. But, just a fun little vignette of life, brought to you by Nobody Likes Onions. So, of course, in recent times for the New Year's spectacular, Scarlett came on Nailsin's show, and they had a chit chat, and then eventually it ends with Matt coming on, pissed off and mad, and burns her hat, all this type of stuff. And it was a wild night, somewhat, and at the end of it, it was like, well, the positives here is just about everybody, I think, would agree that these two people should not be together, and seemed like that might have been achieved, at least certainly on Matt's part. Well, last I heard, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It seems like he wants her back or something of that nature. So, yeah, nothing was really learned or anything, but what are you going to do? So, it went on, and I don't know that it resulted in anything other than, since it's pretty much undone by him saying that. As for Charlotte herself, who the hell knows? So, that was the deal. Since then, apparently, Mersh is upset with that show, that he had some other approach in mind for this. I'm not entirely certain. I mean, all they did was, they talked to the girl. She came on, and then Matt comes on, and he denies all the serious stuff, and that, and then he brought in this woman who was a witness in his favor, and then Charlotte seemed to get upset about her being there, because she felt that she was in danger or being abused, or somehow this was disrespectful because she's a mother or something of that nature. Who the hell knows? And that's how things went. Now, it's difficult to discern the truths. Of people upset or mad at Matt and think he's, an abuser. But then it becomes to the definitions of abuse. They never had too much proof of an actual physical attack upon her. She did say he threw her into the bed when he thought she might be pregnant or something like that. And which I believe he denied that one. He denied quite a bit. There was one incident about him breaking a door. And he said that did happen. So, you know, some of the elements in it, it's all, you know, not very well coordinated in Scarlett's delivery. But then you'll have things that sort of confirm at least some of it, you know. And then, of course, the Ginny woman, well, she was able to confirm the being in the room and jumping out the window and all that stuff. So anyway, I did already a cartoon, more or less, of the event. So to complete it, I figured I needed to put Melton and Moody in it. Not sure. So I'm going full cartoony here with them. I've only drawn Moody once, and I didn't do a good job of it. I'm probably not going to do a good job of it this time either. But, which of course has the advantage of he's got quite a thick beard now, so that should cover up a lot. There we go. And oh damn, I think I can't remember if he had like big headphones like Melton's, or I'm just going to pretend he does. This really isn't capturing Moody at all, but well, that's what I'm going to go with. Now, of course, for whatever reason, I'm not entirely certain, and I think Pat was watching the show with Haley, and they kind of got that Matt got irritated with Moody because the super tips were coming on and saying all kinds of well, you know how they go. Of course, things concerning because one of the things that Scarlett was claiming was that Matt had a thing for Keanu and stuff like that. And, of course, the super tip came in on it. So you think that might be the origin of his irritation, that he blamed Moody for it, as if he thought he was the one who had said it or something, because he didn't know what it was. He could hear it. I mean, Granny's walking around talking into a phone. And I don't know. I'm not sure he's seeing everything as it is. Because shortly after that, when Moody would try to ask him a question, he would just blow up at him. And it got worse from there. Threatened his life and all that several times. Didn't do himself any favors with that. So, but anyway, ultimately, when it was all over with, when him saying, "I'm done, I'll never speak to you," telling this to Scarlett, "I'll never speak to you again, we're done," all that. And then, well, maybe not, because regardless of what happened and whether it was as serious as people might suspect or not, this ain't gonna work. And certainly after something like that, breaking it off would have been the sensible thing to do. But whatever, doesn't seem to be the case. So in the meantime, of course, I'm sure everyone was thinking, the joke, the joke. Well, the joke being, hey, maybe Karmic should introduce himself to Scarlett. Well, thanks to MLC, he got the chance, and so she came on his his stream last night, and it was quite the love fest, even though the communication didn't really get any better at all, but it was, it's like Karmic, of course, he's like, wow, a girl is talking to me, so, he had that going, so he was, having a good time, but then so was Scarlett, even though sometimes they were actually going back and forth in their conversation, but other times Scarlett would go off on her tangents, and what the hell is she talking about? But of course, Karmic, he just, yeah, yeah. And I don't know, it might have endeared him to her. He's not like stopping her and telling her, it's Scarlett, you're not making any sense, honey, this kind of thing, And I don't know how long the stream went on, but a good long while. I mean, they were literally like kids. So, of course, all the speculation about... And then Melton sent over a super tip to Karmic about them coming to Hackmania to do a show and all that. Of course, now that's in April. A lot could happen between now and then. If whatever occurs could be all over. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe this was meant to be. In a weird way, this is who, they belong to each other, right? So, and, that might be the better outcome. Who knew that the only man who could save poor Scarlett was Karmic X? You never would have guessed. But, hey, the Lord works in mysterious ways and stuff. So, now, after a while, Melton himself said he just couldn't subject himself to just the idiocy of their conversations. So he decided he would rather... well, first he turned to a video of... what's their name? Mama and Josh making brownies or something. And then turned to this couple who goes in to rescue the homes of hoarders in Britain. And of course, it's really disgusting. I mean, this house was just devastated by this crazy woman. Fecal matter everywhere, dead animals, the works. And, but I guess, Melton had enough of, Scarmex. He couldn't take it anymore. So he would rather watch. Of course, he went off about, because apparently he had lived in Britain for a time, and was going on about the facilities there, and it just sounds terrible. And he gave demonstrations and all these weird things about can't have light switches in a bathroom, but you can have a string that pulls it, which it serves the same purpose. But of course, the string was like filthy and turning brown because of all the. Imagine that. You're gonna touch that. I guess that light's either staying off or staying on. But it was terrible. And So uh, that's what he did. Well, then I noticed Pat Dixon was on and watching other videos. So switched over there, watching his show. He had Haley on as his guest. What's his Gummy Cat, I believe. I'm forgetting the pineapple guy. Anyway, they were there discussing the whole thing, and of course the same speculation about the potential of a karmic and Scarlet romance, which is not impossible here, and in some ways, I don't know. It's kind of like maybe that should happen. I don't. So, will it? Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Will she remember that she talked to Karmic last night? That. I guess that's a question. Wow. Maybe he can finally get over his obsession with Felicia, And come on, that's got to be a good thing. So anyway, then Mersh came on, and he's still upset that I don't really get it. That he, I don't know, had some plan to save Scarlet or something. There's nobody involved in any of this. Nobody, certainly no Dabbleverse people. No, Matt can't do it. So, that would involve, family members, stuff like that, if at all, which even they probably, professionals might not be able to do it. That's the situation here. Then again, maybe karmic. So I don't know why he was that upset about it. People were saying, oh, he was jealous because Melton got the interview. But, I mean, look, the woman comes in, and so he sends her the link and then talks to him. I mean, and basically him and Moody sat there and listened to her for the most part. That was pretty much, as far as their participation to the show. I mean, they would ask her questions and sometimes kind of sort of get answers. That's just the nature of Scarlet. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. So anyway, that was the deal. So I guess I could Photoshop, and I put the comic strip of the ordeal with Scarlet versus Matt in there, and then these will be my images of Melton and Moody off to the side. Yeah. So the other thing, and I didn't really get all the details of it, didn't see a whole lot of it, but apparently there was this dust up between Keanu and Ashley. And briefly, what I saw of it was, Ashley seemed to be in the right, for the most part. And Keanu, very Gino-like of her. It's like, what? That kind of... And, I don't even know what the whole, I mean, not that I don't know, it doesn't matter. I mean, what the upset about was. But it was kind of interesting. I was like, she's kind of taking on more of Gino's approach to things, which makes sense, I mean, they're married, so. But I don't know, I thought, well, maybe I'll look more into it with whatever clips I've seen. There's plenty, and add that to Doodleverse Comics number 2. All right. So, oh yeah, I think this time she was. Yeah, she wasn't in her studio. I guess she was out at a club or whatever, and Gino was doing a set. So, and I think yeah, it was Stuttering John's live stream. So she came in on that. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And I don't think anything was resolved or anything, but probably not gonna be friends with Ashley or vice versa or any of that, you know. Can't say it was as interesting as the whole Scarlet drama, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Ultimately, with Scarlet and possibly Karmic going to Hackmania. Well, the original deal was for Karmic to get Michael Ray Bauer to go, and they would team up and do a show. Well, that seemed unlikely. But now, forget about that. Now there's Scarlet. So, you know, the thing about Vegas is a lot of people have gotten married there, you know, real quick like. So, who knows? Like I said, you know, April's a long ways away. So, maybe that could happen. You know, you set that whole thing up. Have the whole wedding. And I was suggesting on Pat's show that maybe Pat could walk Scarlett down the aisle to give her away. Mersh could be Karmic's best man. I offered to officiate at it. Not that I have the credentials, but, you know, maybe they could get somebody to sign off on it. Something like that. And then there you go. Off they go. Happily ever after. A memorable moment in the annals of Hackmania. Yeah. Oh, and then Haley would be the maid of honor. You know, Scarlett would probably be all right with that. Last I heard, she likes Haley, so there's that. Sure, Karmic doesn't like her, or says he doesn't, but oh, that'll change, because he changes all the time. So that'll be fine. There we go. I can't even remember if she had her hair up or not. So I might have to do another version of this later on. I don't know. But then again, I do have artistic license, So it's left up to interpretation of the events. The overall... Oh, man. Alright, apologies. Yeah, that was Karmic on the phone. Just wanting to know if everybody was willing to wear tuxedos at the wedding. And, I mean, I would, but I can't speak for everybody else. So we left it there, But, boy, as things were going, he was showing off his leather jacket to Scarlett. And then she said, oh, hang on a minute. So she jumped up, and turns out she has a leather jacket. So you see, I'm telling you, it's like the stars are aligned. Now, it wasn't a great conversation. But for them, might as well have been, the talk of the ages. It's enough to make you believe in soulmates and stuff, Maybe there really is someone special for everyone. Sure, it's possible. But then it's also possible that one special person that would just perfectly click with you, well, they died before you ever got to meet them. These things happen. It's a tragic world. That's too bad. It sucks to be you, doesn't it? Because your one true love died before you ever met them. And it's a crapshoot, so what are you going to do? Well, you'll just have to make do with whatever idiot you end up with and hope for the best. Or you end up with nobody. Something like that, And, even if you don't accept it, what are you going to do? Your true soulmate is already dead. So, you'll just have to, soldier on until you're dead. That's how that goes. That's all you can do, really. I know. Surely there must be some other way. No, because your soulmate's dead. That was the one. And they're gone. So, yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. Now, granted, this is just a theory. The other theory is that it's all a bunch of bullshit. And some people just get lucky, and some people, they just, they figure out how to make it work, usually for kids and stuff like that. And that's the best you can do. That's about it. All right. Yeah. Yes. All right. There's some drawings. Drawings. Hey, Thompson says, yes, he thought Moody said what the super tip said. Yeah, that's what it appeared to be. So, I guess That's what he got mad. Super tip, yelling into the StreamYard phone app. You can't really tell who is saying it. Oh, when hearing it on the phone? Yeah. 8,000. Doug, Scarlett was actually kind of normal on Karmic. Well, look, very calm, somewhat collected, but I mean, come on, she babbles, and I guess it makes sense to her some kind of way. Some of it made some, like the movie she likes. She's a fan of Dennis Hopper, stuff like that, But it's like they're these tangents, and they're not really communicating to one another. But it didn't matter, because Carmen, whatever he would ask questions, she would never answer it. She would go off on her own tangent, and of course, his response was, "Oh yeah." So it was fine. It didn't matter. Other people would get irritated, but not Carmen. He says, I was there all day. She wasn't like NLO crazy. No, she didn't get upset and all that type of stuff. She was odd on MLC, showing socks and hats and just odd tangents. But on Karmic, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, they clicked on some level. They did. So I was like, well, what have we here? So anyway, Thompson, we can't have light switches in bathrooms either. Code. Yeah, it's stupid. You need to revolt. Hey, Thompson, Doug, how much research did you do on Scarlett's career? I didn't. It's not hard to guess. Doug, if Karmic super tipped you, could you draw Felicia back in his arms again? Yeah, I could. But at this point, why would he bother, Look, there's someone else in the world. I mean, it's crazy as it is. It can all go so horribly wrong as well, but somehow, I don't know. I never thought I would think it, but this is probably the better option. Same question from Felicia, only with Pat. No. Doug got doxxed. I did. LOL. Karmic is also not racist, unlike Mead. Karmic won't hold her professional past against her. Yeah, I guess not. Except when people, they're going to hit him with that stuff. They are. Now that's going to piss him off. But odds are he won't hold it against her. Just, against them. So, Windafil M. Yes, I wanted Lena Wertmuller. Both of us on an island swept away. Her first job was in a gas station. Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? You meet a lot of Scarletts at the gas station. Or I'd have settled for Adrian Shelley. Cocteau Keanu is probably quite comfortable being in the wrong by now. Yeah, she'll just tell herself she isn't. It's as simple as that. Doug, don't lie. You Googled the name, click videos, and turn safe search off. LOL. No. I mean, not for Scarlett. Anyway, all right. Let's see. Well, okay, I guess I'll go ahead and switch to the Photoshop. Yeah, make sure it's up there. And then the... Oh, wow, it popped right up. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. Oh, just in case, let me check my super tips. No, nothing. I do all this work. So, I can't do this one. Yeah, that's right. I don't have it. Damn. So that's like an older Ashley I did. And here she is. And I think that's that Kurt lawyer guy. And that was one of Ashley. And then there was this one. All right. Damn. Yeah, if I get up and try to transfer that now, it's just going to make a bunch of noise and all that crap. Oh, well, I know. Studio. What is there to play in the meantime? Oh, there's a Nailsin News thing. All right, I'll be back in a bit. So here's Nailsin News.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Kinky Kelly is headed to jail for spree. See? It rhymes. The New Hampshire woman known as Kinky Kelly on OnlyFans will spend 6 months behind bars for a criminal mischief spree. It's mischievous and criminal, during which she filmed herself urinating on food at a supermarket and on various items at a Marriott hotel. Kelly Tedford, 24, pled guilty to 6 Class A misdemeanors in connection with her vile antics earlier this year in Keene. Strangely enough, Keene, a city in Cheshire County. Tedford was sentenced to 360 days in jail, but a judge suspended half of that custodial term. Must have been a fan. She will be required to serve 180 days in the Cheshire County lockup, after which she will be placed on probation for 2 years. You're going to have to just piss in a toilet like everybody else, Kelly. Additionally, Tedford was ordered to pay $10,520.59 dollars and 59 cents. Damn it! Don't you know how to speak? $10,520.59 in restitution to the Monad Knock Food Co-op for contaminating grocery items and forcing the business to discard inventory and sanitize its shelves. So I guess that covers the costs. Well, probably also the emotional distress of having to deal with your piss. Tedford will also have to pay $500 to the Marriott. So not as bad. Not as bad. Of course, you know what? The towels. I mean, that might have just been a drunken stupor and stuff. It probably happens all the time. I mean, you really don't want to know, but you know. But anyway, where she... it tells me. Oh, geez. Where she relieved herself on a Bible. Good Lord. So she's possessed by the devil. That's what that is. I mean, a really cooler video is when when the possession happens, she can turn her head around backwards and crawl on the walls like Spider-Man. Now that would be an awesome video, yeah. Anyway, a comforter blanket, curtains, and air conditioner unit. Oh man. Oh, that's gonna stink. Oh, speaking of stinking, she also defecated on the floor and placed the waste into a toilet tank. No, that's not where it goes. You put it in the toilet. You know, potty training? The toilet. That's what it is. It's the potty. That's where the poo-poo goes. And then you can make it go away. Well, again, possessed by the devil, you know. A judge has barred Tedford from returning to either business. Oh, yeah. They probably got her mugshot up and everything. And has ordered her to continue with all mental health counseling. Yeah, but she needs an exorcism, you know. But detectives believe that Tedford's pee spree was recorded for subscribers to her $15 a month OnlyFans page, which has since been deleted. I wonder if that's part of the policy when you commit crimes and whatnot. It could be. No, peace be. Tedford's Kiki Kelly page described her as a submissive pixie, fetish/kink friendly, extremes too. Well, it's understood, isn't it? I mean, after all. Yeah. Anyway, her account also offered custom content and paid sexting sessions. So, well, this is the fan. The fan did this. And, hey, I want to see you piss all over produce at the grocery store. And then I want to see you shit on the floor and put it in the toilet tank. Yeah, I want to see you pee all over the air conditioning unit. All right, he paid his $15 a month. Turns out, yeah, it was the judge, and he felt bad, Tedford's OnlyFans account noted that her prior page, Petite Princess, got banned. Oh, so you could just do well, then she'll be back in business soon once she gets out of jail, All she's got to do is just come up with another name. Kinky Kelly, no, Petite Princess, so I don't know, something else. And then, she'll be back in business. That's all you got to do. Explicit videos of Tedford remain online, including one clip showing her urinating on new garments in a clothing store changing room. Jeez. But I guess there was, no logos or anything to identify the actual store so that they, too, could press charges and get some cash out of it, Well, that's it for the career of Kinky Kelly. Correction, it's not the end of Kinky Kelly's career. It's just a pause. Just a pause. But maybe she learned something. Maybe she learned the proper usage of the toilet. One can hope. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin.
All right. I got some of these in here. And there's the one. Now, seeing them really up close, that's a terrible, terrible take. I got to do that. That's not good enough for Moody. Not that great of a Melton either. But they're supposed to be, like, stunned or in disbelief at what they're witnessing and all that. So, back to the drawing board on that one. These two, that's okay, I guess. It's probably a better Ashley than Kiki. So I might want to do another Kiki. But then I forgot about this little gem. All the romance that blossomed last night, So I want to put some... Oh, wait, what the hell? Why is it so messed up? Jeez. I gotta fix that. Oh, that's why. Alright, well, I'll fix that. Asshole. You think you're gonna get the better of me? You think I don't know how to do things? And that I'm not smart? Well, maybe not. Let's see here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Jeez, what the hell? Did it take or not? Damn. Alright. Supposed to constrain. Yeah. Alright, so now it should work. It's still not working. Yeah, alright. put the paintbrush filter there. A little better. Do this. Now, of course, his jacket has the, I don't know what you call it, the white portions of it. And hers is it's just a black jacket. But I don't know. Maybe for her birthday or something, Karmic will buy her a matching jacket like his. You know? Wouldn't that be cute? Anyway, all right. And of course, here's a Fuddle. You know, it was not supposed to be this way. You know, there's the loving signs of, well, you know, love. And let's see here. Oops. Whoops. There's the hand. What? Oh, for God's sakes. Hand there. Alright, what the hell is this all about? Okay. Oh yeah, there's wide open right there. Alright, there we go. It's fun. So a good bit of the conversation was about, I think, Midwestern pride and stuff like that. About her being funny and a professional. Stuff like that, you know. Karmic was like, oh yeah. Oh. Now some of his super tips and super chats were, well, they were very disrespectful of Miss Scott. Well, Karmic wasn't going to have any of that. So, you know, he would kind of paraphrase what the messages would be somewhat. There was a specific question. But, see, he's already very protective of her. Isn't that nice? So, and then maybe they can just get together in the trailer house and live happily ever after. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, we'll leave that there. There we go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we are. Jeez. Okay. We'll just knock a lot of these little spots out. Yes. Yes. At least with, Karmic and Scarlet, there wouldn't be such a disparity of a power dynamic, I mean, Scarlett's more experienced, of course, still, but, on an intellectual level, they're equals, And, you can say what you want, but, I mean, odds are she might actually be nicer to him than you could ever have hoped from Felicia, And, nice is going to go a long way. Now, of course, one wonders, could even Scarlet get tired of Karmic whining about himself, because that's what he really needs to figure out. Hey, just stop doing that. But sooner or later, even when he's finally achieved a successful relationship, that kind of thing, what she says is what he wants most than anything. There's bound to be something that's going to get him down in the dumps. People keep making fun of his AI songs and they don't respect him like a true artist and stuff like that. And, well, Scarlet, provided she perceives it, going to get tired of hearing that. Of course, now, what exactly her response would be is difficult to predict. And it could be a while before anyone realizes, oh, she's irritated with this. But then again, Karmic would respond to everything she said with, uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, it's kind of weird. It's like the positive tone of his reaction to whatever she says. It just might cancel everything out. So, whatever irritation she'd have would be abated, So this could just work no matter what. Let's see here. So that's her jacket, I guess. And then there's the hat she had on the other night, actually. I think she was just wearing a knit cap last night. But, It'll work. And there we go. That's Scarlett's hand. I don't know. Can't even tell what I'm looking at this point. Okay. There we go. There they are running through the dandelions or something. Who the hell knows? There's too much gray in there. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. That'll be the hat. We will go with this as the Howa. There we are. I do got to admit, it was a bit of a, someone as young as she is to be a fan of the likes of Dennis Hopper and Jack Nicholson, I mean, sure, it's like they don't make stars like that no more. And it's true. So, on some degree, it makes sense, but it's like, wow. Even Scarlett gets it. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Oh yeah, the pants. I don't know. Maybe one of these. Something like that. Huh. Whoop. Yay. 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 All right. Huh. Okay. Okay, I don't think we'll need a lot of this, so we'll do it like that. Oh, come on. Good enough. And then there's Maud. Maybe touch that up a bit. Yeah. And see, the rules are she can dump him, but he can't dump her. You know? Just who the hell does he think he is? You know? Well, you know, he met some other girl. Yeah. And you keep making all these rules and stuff like that, and you know you did. I don't care how you worded it. And even desperate karmic. Well, probably had enough, and then he meets someone else. He didn't really count on that, I guess. I don't know. But these things happen. There we go. Do 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 do. All right. Does it end up? Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. Maybe something like that. Whoops. Ta-da, ta-da. Ah, crap. Well, let's see here. Put this there. And do that. There, good enough. Need to erase some of this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Nope, not that. There we go. And again, I don't really remember. I don't think I've ever bothered to look what color eyes, but I'll just go with green. Okay. Oh yeah. Maybe that color. Oops, oops, oops. Damn. Yeah. These things happen. All right. And there we go. We'll get rid of that. Okay. And then the rest of it is adding value. There, see? There. Do this for shirt or jacket or whatever it is. All right. There we have it. It's practically a cover of a romance novel, you know. See? All right. Oh boy, I gotta back up on this. Jeez. A lot here. They love, they know. Okay. Windowfill says, your work is better than the artwork on Tank Girl. Thank you. Hey, Thompson, they have a lot of chicks working in your gas station? A few. But that's, you know. You mean actual employees or beyond it, you know? Karmic may be nailing some sin soon. Huh. I bet she won't get a kitchen job in jail. Scarlett? Yeah, I mean, I guess not. I don't know. And not gonna lie, I Googled her. She likes pool guys. Huh. Well, there you go. Karmic's gonna have to get a pool. You know? When to fill, I blame absentee parenting. Yeah, probably. Hey, Thompson says, I blame the pool guy. So somebody at the pool, you know. Fan was a disgruntled employee of the store. Fan. Hey, Thompson, Scar was kind of pre-OnlyFans. Really? I mean, isn't OnlyFans, you know, kind of old now? It's been around. Anyway, Susan Dolan says, hi, everybody. Hi, Susan. A-Dubs says, you should have seen how dirty the chats really were. The auto review took out hundreds. That's fine. I don't need to see that. A. Thompson, I was actually disappointed in so many people. Well, you know, don't get your hopes up about that. I mean, hey, Thompson, I had to time out dozens of people for being gross. Well, oh, that's right. I forgot. You're one of his mods, huh? Yeah. Hey, Thompson, and I don't like doing that. Well, what are you going to do? You know? Oh, Windowfill, Susan, great. Good morning to you. Windowfill, Doug's insight is like a free counseling session for Karmic. I hope he listens to this with an open mind. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I'm blocked, at least on X. So, oh, well, what are you going to do? A-Dom said, I like to see Karmic make friends in hopes he can get out of that place he lives. Yeah, maybe. I mean, you know, joking somewhat, but at the same time, it's like, they really seem to, I mean, it was just their first conversation, but they really, of all the other videos I've seen of both of them, this seemed to be the happiest I've seen these two people. You know, it's all very brief, not completely conclusive, but so, yeah, who the hell knows? A. Thompson, 25, not that young. Well, it's still the case. I mean, Karmic's about the same age as Matt, so it's kind of the same scenario, but, you know. Susan says, A. Thompson, it's younger than 68. Oh, yeah. Napoleon was general 25 years old and controlled most of the known world in 10 years. Yeah, he was, you know, good at conquering and stuff. Not so much governance, of course. Hey, Thompson, Spielberg made Jaws when he was 26. Yeah, I know. It's, yeah. Windowfill says, Karmic lives in Green Acres, farm fresh food, fresh air. Lucky bastard, God's country. Yeah, he doesn't seem to appreciate it, though, you know? Anyway, Winterfell says thousands of daycares all around if ever has children. Yeah. Yeah, I hear there's a lot of opportunity. And that's the thing. They can't seem to have any kids there. A. Thompson, LOL. A. Thompson, no one ever offered me free daycare. Yeah, but you're not marginalizing stuff. Winterfell, in his state, being on public assistance, you can own $1 million home and have a condo in Florida. Wow. Terry Nee, these two are made for each other. Ignorant farm kids. Isolated upbringing. Manipulable. Yeah, but if they get together, they can kind of, accidentally protect each other from the manipulators because they don't need them anymore. They've got each other, A. Thompson, did he really block you, Doug? I'm going to have to talk with him. Yeah, look, it's fine. If he doesn't want me in his world, that's his choice. I'll respect that. Anyway, there we go. The power couple, perhaps a new power couple of Dabbleverse. Of course, it'd be better if they the best thing for them to do, to date, really like each other, and then just get normal jobs, like at a gas station. And forget about streaming for a while. Well, if ever you could just calm down and cool off, you could, I don't know, whatever you want to stream about, AI songs. Anyway, Jay, what can you say? It was almost sweet. Yeah. So anyway, I'll have to work on, just as it is. It's kind of fine. I did forget to put that hat on her head in this image because she was wearing it during this ordeal. So maybe I could do that, like, theoretically it's possible to do something akin to that right here, right now, watching the world blow up from history. So it's kind of like that, and then there's the brim. And then there was this little ball on there. And then we do this. And that. And this. Now come here. I'll be a little bigger. And that. It's just like, Jenny's a mother. Well, that's not really an answer to the question, Scarlett. She's a mother. Why is she here? Yeah. Now, part of the problem of her being there is like, now, Scarlett, it didn't go like that. That's not what happened. And you really shouldn't go around online saying things like that. I didn't want you to be in this. I love you. Okay, honey, but you really can't be talking about things and saying these nasty things about Matt like that. But you're a mother. It just went on like that. So, come here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It just looks kind of stupid. It would have been better to have drawn it in the original drawing. But I didn't. Oh well. Anyway, it really captures the, being upset thing. And then there's Mad Matt. We're done. Less than 24 hours later. I love her, and I want to work this out. And, he went full karmic, Oh well. I don't know what I'll do with these ladies. I don't know. I'll probably lose interest in the story by then. But I got some Ashley drawings and comics in the Doodleverse comics, so that'll work. Yeah, I didn't do a good job on either, especially Moody. That's not Moody at all. Good Lord. Man, that really stunk. Well, you can't win them all, you know. That's probably true. But maybe Karmic and Scarlet can help each other finally win. All right, there we go. That'll do it for now. Tomorrow, we'll do Sunday comics. My voice will probably be shot, so fortunately, I've already taped my reading of Captain Atom. And then, time permitting, I don't know, maybe draw another picture of Captain Atom or just talk to the chat, you know. That kind of thing. Hopefully I can get some super tips. Not today. No. Okay. Well, I keep forgetting the QR code. I need to go and get, I don't know. Maybe Monday. I'm so tired. I can't. Terry Nee, Elon Musk became a millionaire at age 27. Oh, God, that hurts. Oh, jeez. Douglas is not the Valley of Men. Oh, not from the Valley of Men. Yeah, just a valley with nothing but men in it. A. Thompson, she from Quick Trip. Scarlett, she worked at a place called Quick Trip. She is good looking, A. Thompson. Terry Nee, I don't find her attractive. Too pedo. Huh? She comes across as, oh, you mean Scarlett being really young looking. Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes she does and boy, when she was really bawling and stuff, I don't know, she kind of looked old. It was weird. I mean, she's not, you know. Anyway, hey, Thompson, yeah, there's a lot of immaturity being acceptable nowadays. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I mean, sure, she's 25, but I mean, she's obviously ripe for being taken advantage of, and this, of course, has happened several times over, so. Hey, Thompson, get monetization on YouTube. That's up to YouTube, hey, Thompson. You know? I got super tip. It's perfectly fine. In fact, it's better, but okay. All right, there we go. There's another Nailsin stream. Good Lord, I went over an hour. I thought I was right at the hour. Jeez. Where does the time go? Yeah. Where did the year go? Where it always goes. Into the past. Fuck the Valley of Men. 22 at Carm Valley of Men. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching and have a good rest of your day. Me, I'm going to have to shut this down and go collapse into unconsciousness so that I can go back to work at the old gas station. Yeah, I guess it is kind of old. Now that I think about it, that store's been there a while, long before I got employed there. In fact, I never really even noticed it. I mean, I gassed up there a couple of times, but it's funny how that works out, you know? Anyway, again, thanks for watching. And have a good rest of your day.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my friend. It hurts to set you free, but you'll never follow me because this is the